All right. My name is Mohammed von Kanneh. This is not the regular face you see on every Monday. I am playing the role as the lead host on today. Every single woman, mother, auntie. Where you have my colleague here laying on Toba, who's supposed to be sitting here. It's not here. But I have to play the role as the lead host. Save your child. I have to play the role as the lead host here to serve in the seat of the host. So at about 10 minutes past 5 o'clock, we're gonna have Stephen K and Vinci. Save your child. So at about 10 minutes past 5 o'clock, we're gonna have Stephen K and Vinci. Stephen K and Vinci is a supporter of the Unity Party, the former ruling Unity Party, and at about that same time, we will also have Christian Todd, who is a supporter of the collaborating political party. But Christian not going to be in our studio. We're going to bring him on live. He is currently a student in Cyprus. Take back your child. Our legendary meta formula. Call this one, This Is Our Time. That is a legendary meta formula. You cannot just underestimate her voice. You cannot just determine the concept of flavor. That sweet voice she have. That is meta formula. But there are a lot of things that have been happening in the country. There are a lot of things that has been happening in our country. And we are pressed up with time. If we have the time, we will have dived into all the national issues. We will have rumbled into issues. The country is affected with. The people are affected with. There are a lot of things happening in our country as we have minimum days to go to election. You cannot just believe the threats coming from political parties, the threats coming from politicians in our country. You cannot just believe all of those things that have been happening in our country. But we're going to take a time off to talk about these things. We do not really have the time to rumble into these issues, to place a spotlight on some of these things. So we're going to take a short break. And as soon as we come back, we're going to take the short break. As soon as we come back, we dive into the issues that matter to concern of the Republic of Liberia, by extension, the African continent. So just a short break. And as soon as we come back, we will also in Mr. Stephen K. Vinci, who is a astute supporter of the Unity Party. And while Mr. Vinci will be in our studio here, we will have Mr. Todd via the telephone, where we will bring him on the stream. And he is a supporter of the collaborating political party that is headed by businessman Mr. Alexander B. Cummings. So the both of them going to be here sharing their thoughts, defending their political parties, telling the Liberian people why they should elect Mr. Cummings. Mr. Beans is going to be telling us why Joseph Newman Boyka, who is the former vice president of the country, why the people should re-elect him. Sorry, not re-elect him, but why the people should elect Joe Boyka as the next president of this country. So just a short break, and then as soon as I come back, we dive into the issues that concern the growth and development of this country. So stick still with us wherever you are following the broadcast. This is the Focal on TV.
Hello guys, my name is K. Lyndon Toba. I'm your humble presenter of the program The Focal Point. As the demand for critical analysis and reliable information continues to be the appetite of the Liberian population, it is incumbent upon media practitioners to always be objective, independent, and fact-based in their reportorial duties. The clarion call for credible, reliable, and issue-based presentation must be considered at all times. In the wake of these functions and duty to service, it is only one show that stands tall among the rest. Focal Point, a program where we scrutinize, examine, and cross-examine by allowing the audience participate by posting and calling and commenting on the subject under discussion. We bring the guests in studio, we quiz them, and analyze the issue. Once again, this is your regular Monday friend, K. Lyndon Togbat, on the Focal Online TV.
Focal TV. Bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Focal TV. With check and balance, we break it as it unfolds. Focal TV. Bringing you face to face with newsmakers in town. Focal TV. The best online platform in broadcasting. Focal TV, located at Topo Village, Somalia Drive, Liberia. Be the part and experience the best in online broadcasting. Keep Focal.
All right, so folks, welcome to today's edition of the program. Sorry, welcome to today's edition of the program, the Focal Point. So I'm playing the role here today as the lead host. So I'm here serving the capacity as the lead host on today's occasion of the program. On today's occasion of the program, the Focal Point. So I'm here with Mr. Stephen K.M. Basie, who is a supporter of the United Party, and he's going to be here telling us all of those things that he think it is very much prudent enough why the people should believe in their platform, what the people should believe in their policy, those political or whatsoever economic a policy that will be in the best interest of the Liberian people. So he's going to be telling us that, and while we still await Mr. Tar, who will join us via a link that we're going to send him, and then he will be opportune to be placed on the stream. So by that time we will dive into other issues and then welcome Mr. Benzi on our live stream. So Chief, welcome to our platform.
Yeah, thank you very much for this invite. Let me say a big thanks to the Focal family for this invitation, extended to me of the day. It's a pleasure to be here to actually discuss issues at the next week and the former ruling United Party relates to current or political issue in Liberia. And within our campaign process, there have been a lot of issues unfolding in the length and breadth of the Republic of Liberia. And these are issues that are masquerading in the corridor for our democracy, and sitting as an intellectual would be throwing light on those issues as we discuss them readily on this platform. Thank you very much.
Oh, sure. Thank you so much for the intro. But then another thing somebody might want to know is knowing you in depth in terms of your biography, what the person, maybe there are a lot of people who are following the wants to know all of the basic necessary thing about you as a person.
Yeah, I'm Stevie K. and Benson. a Liberian hail from San Luis District, Bon County, Republic of Liberia, residing District number 13, a 2019 graduate of the University of Liberia with BSc degree in economics, emphasis in public administration, also an activist, a teacher, a realist, a peace loving president of Liberia, and a long time still working with the former ruling unity parties, started with UP 2005. We were putting, the placards around, sticky, other sticker around, when it comes around. We now, you know, go to another level where we start to discuss the issue as relates to the cost of Liberia, and we all aim to see Liberia moving forward. So we are now part of the history making that we all can see how we can drive our country Liberia to the right trajectory. Is what we have to discuss. The lead platform of the Unity Party, the arrest platform, and other issues that are relating to the progress of Liberia and where Unity Party can take Liberia from 2024 to 2029. Yeah.
All right, so that's it. All right, so let's move to your political party, which is the Unity Party. 12 years, the Unity Party was the ruling party. Despite someone could say at the time, Joseph Nima Boyka was the vice president, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was the president of this country. But that does not suggest the fact, or that does not neglect the fact that he did not play a role as a vice president, or he did not play a role as a statesman in the country. Now, somebody might want to ask you, why should we give Joe Walker a 6 years mandate? Why the people of this country should give former Vice President Joseph Nima Walker a 6 year mandate?
Yeah, thank you very much for that brilliant question, really. You know, looking at Liberia today, if people voting again or Joe Norman Barker is like looking your eye and looking needle into your eye.
Why would you say so?
Because the level of experience that you have with the presidency, serving as vice president for 12 years and where he had worked before, a past record, a type of terrible records, looking at the brilliant performance on his side, on his ankle. The
Mhm.
level of experience that he had in the public sector when he served other areas, a director, the minister, he had a brilliant performance records, zero corruption free. The zero corruption free man. They are very looking at record. He became the first vice president ever in the history of Liberia to turn his office over with money in it to go out to the far down to him.
Do you have proof to that? Do you have an evidence to prove to
Yeah,
that?
I had it in my other phone. Yeah, I had it saved on my phone, but my phone got basic. So ready. I think it's played for
But
you.
this is the first time for the first time ever to have heard what you just said, because even people who are high ranking officials within the Unity Party, they have not said such a thing.
No, but I don't think
So where are you
no,
getting
really,
such information
you are
from?
not going to follow the issue, really. The people in the United Party, even you can call the Secretary General, you can attest to that. Even Joe Howard Taylor or second can attest to it. For the first time in the history of Liberia, for a city of vice, for the office of the vice president to be turning over of money in office to another vice president to come and work.
All right, so we will check that information as we go along the conversation. We're going to check that, and once it is proven that it is true, we will also update our followers to tell them that yes, the information you just provided was true. If it is false, we will also tell the people who follow our platform that the information provided by you is not true. So let's move to the next thing that I think it is important we talk about it. Now, the United Party launched her campaign on September 7th, that was of course a week ago. And what do you make of that event? Well, which of course we saw there were a lot of United parties or partisan supporters who troop in their way, they make their way at the Antoinette Topman Stadium where they were posted. They listened to what former Vice President Joseph Nima Boga had to say to them. And what do you make of that? What do you make of that gathering?
Yeah, well, it was so great. It was a great gathering that we saw. We came call that guy, we call that Himo tsunami in the history of Himo because it was more than crowd. I saw trooping in from all angles of the city, trooping in from all angles of the city because it was not easy. So God bless Morocco that day because of the rain, because many people planning to turn up, but due to the downpour of rain, you know, more people stay away. But we stay away, like the coach of the campaign.
Should that be something to say? Many people stay away because of the rain.
Yeah,
Is that an escape? Is that an escape route that you are finding to the situation?
no, not really funny. I still good because you just say you saw the crowd that were there, all committed people, like you see responsible people were in attendance.
But
People,
even
people,
other political party loans, you also have mentor people who were in their campaign.
yeah, but not compared to the United Party because the issue of the United Party is the interest of the
Who
electoral
were the
party.
statistics from?
Yeah, statistics shows
Uh-huh.
our United Party have more experience, qualified people, people who might have made up to make to push
So
that growth forward.
were you checking all of those people that were in the parade that assembled at the Antoinette Tottenham Stadium? Were you checking them? Were you able to see their voter card to tell you that, or where did you see something on their face or faces that they are more mature than other political parties?
Of course, yeah, we don't need to check their voter card because when they're appearing, their upward appearance, definitely we got to know exactly who they are, in terms of, like their age, their ages,
Mhm.
these are things. So when we saw them, we saw a lot of mature people, even older people at the age of 70 or in a parade on that day, yamming for change that become to retire, to Austria after he have just only performed, you know, in the 6 year. Yeah, so they had no confidence in the government and they are now yearning for a change to see how better they can retire, to how he retire. So that was a mandate on that day, and we saw a jubilant crowd. So I had to be a human tsunami, where it was a human tsunami on that day, where
All right, so it
on a
was a
zero low.
tsunami reality. So, what is this thing about this arrest platform? Is it ARREST or AREST?
It just AREST is a C ARREST. We just move like the R just AREST. It's just an arrow. AARON is a C arrow.
Okay.
So the meeting, sharing the platform with our people and believing the platform and what we are capable of doing and what we have done in the past. The history of the United Party on having started Laburo from 2006, when Laburo was referred to as a failed state at that time. We had nothing in Laburo. You know what? You know the history. I don't have to tell you. You know where we came from. You know the party, what it did. Yeah. So look at the arrest. The arrest mission, the platform that arrest. The first thing, first of all, we have agriculture. You know the history of agriculture. Other developing country or developed country like China, you have like India, other country like now. People go there to buy rice, so in order to import, and import become our subtraction, from our national income in terms of our income. We spend more money on the importation of rice into Liberia. So the arrest operation or the vision of the arrest will be able to encourage agriculture. Will invest mostly agriculture to be food sufficient in terms of growing more foods and other things, other consumable products. Yeah, so the arrest operation or the mission, the first thing has to do with agriculture. And agriculture first of all serves as the brain or the mitochondria of any growing economies. The mitochondria first of all in biology it has to do with the locomotion of cell, where they control the movement. So if we are sufficient in food production, we'll be able to attract more GDP per capita in terms of growth. Yeah, we'll grow more GDP. Will be able to provide employment. Will provide employment opportunity for the citizenry. If there is employment opportunities now, we'll be able to create more employment opportunities. And the people that will be employed will be able to pay what? They'll be paying taxes to government. And now it will be a plus for all in terms of what? Generating more income. People will be coming into our economy, bringing money. Will now start to what? To inject. The injection process where people will come from up there to come and buy goods and services. but our economy is a carry to that country, and that bring about our GDP growth. Okay, so if we grow, more food will get up to in terms of developing Liberia, will be able to develop. Yeah, ready.
All right. So in terms of developing Liberia, we can better develop Liberia under Joseph Newman Boyka's stewardship. All right. So Senior Ty just sent me a message. Hello, brother. I'm just leaving from work. Let me get home and join the conversation. All right, Senior, no problem. So anyway, catch up, and then there we will start with you as it relates to your political party, which is the CPP. Now, move to another thing. The United Party wants to lead this country, and then just few days to election. I think first let's start with what has been or what was the United Party contribution as it relates to road connectivity and the health sector. How did the United Party contribute, the United Party government contributed to the health sector of this country and also the road connectivity in this country? How did the United Party contributed to that?
Thank you very much. Very, if you look at the history of UP from 2006 up to 2017, the 4 year period, you notice that there was more road that were paved. Even the Somalia Drive Road, the first aspect of the first phase of the Somalia Drive Road from early went to Japan to make a negotiation with the Japanese government, but the Japanese government agreed to give that grant to Liberia in terms of paving our road. You saw what the UP did in the past in terms of education. The federal campus, establishing community colleges, the NVDC. You see the NVDC building, see the TB Annex,
Yeah.
administrative complex in Congoton, the Charlatan Road, red light to Ganta Highway, Central Morovia, see the erection of the LRA building, Social Security, NASCO, other area, see the Churchill F. Road Memorial Hospital in Seneca in Nema County, the banker of regional hub, see the rehabilitation of the carry in Bonke Swat there. You see a lot of things that the UP did. So if we were to continue with UP government, by now the approach should have gone far better than what we are experiencing. And at the time, with UP, like with the regime of Eric Johnson Sally, was said that in terms of uh, experiencing hardship, like we were not actually experiencing hardship as compared to now, the current situation, because the rate were able to be team, the rate at certain level. Yeah, the rate for 2006, between 2006 to 2009, the rate were around, the exchange rate around 50 to 60. Around 50 to 60. Around 2011, we moved from 60 to that one, we started moving in 80, 80, 75, 80, 85, 86. The monetary control aspect we had to do with the central bank. We were able to monitor that aspect.
All right, so let's move to the health sector. What did the United Party do? 12 years.
12 years, there was some, even though there were some challenges in the health sector at the time, but in terms of reforming the health sector, you saw there were a lot of things that went on. Yeah, like we had the building of the annex or other health facility, like we look at it, the Newton or the detention hospital. It was totally done after the Julie Bryan regime, the traditional government. When Ellen took over, we were able to rehabilitate that area. And from there, we moved to GFP. GFP was another field hospital. We moved there, we were able to recondition GFP, went to TB Annex and other places, and the TB hospital in Swakopon County. We went there, we were able to rehabilitate that other area. Other things were damaged, and there were no lab at the time.
So if you were you to do a comparative analysis, whether you're going to agree on whether the current president of the Republic of Liberia, George Weah, between President George Weah, or we could say the CDC government and that of the United Party government, do you think the United Party government did well than the CDC government in terms of the health sector of this country.
Of course, 100%. I would agree that 100%.
Owing to the fact you have the Emory Hospital that was constructed
Well,
in the
just a building. We had a building that was constructed because hospital with all drugs, with all people to work in.
What the last time you went to Bapoli to ascertain that
Well,
there is no drugs
I have
there?
people there. I have the information. I have my people in Bapu that send the information to me that the hospital get there, the building get there, it's just an empty building, but people not even in the building working. The whole place done. You can't see anything working there. Yeah, maybe people are around here passing around. They're boasting that they have hospital in Bapu. What the essence of putting 52 rooms in Bapu that don't have drugs, that don't have medical doctor, that don't have nurses to work, that don't have equipment? What's the important? What's the economic important?
It is important because there are people who are living in that part of Liberia.
Yeah, yes, of course we know, but for now, you just put in a building there with all equipment, you just there occupying space. Yeah, nothing to do with the building. The empty building just standing there with all drugs. So what the essence of you carry the empty building somewhere that don't have any drugs in it, and you say that you build hospital? What we should have done, the government lack priority and the issue of priorities and a policy issue. First of all, rehabilitate GFK, get the drugs with GFK, see how big can build GFK up to standard. Redemption Hospital, PB Hospital, the Royal Hospital, the Jackson F. Hospital. See how best you can carry drugs and train nurses and doctors to see how best you can work on the people. The PB Dunbar Hospital, another hospital in Bangladesh.
Yeah, which is the CB Dunbar.
The CB Dunbar Hospital, right to Bangladesh.
Yeah.
See how best you can equip the places, carry people, let them work, let them be able to work, to help the people. But what I say, everybody want to create that like I say, they don't want to improve for any other person work. And that's a bad policy issue in Liberia. Yeah, we have to learn to support each other. It's the only way we can move Liberia forward if we learn to support each other work. After the men are gone, the other men that will come, because government is continuity. The other men that will come to be able to improve on the other men work is self better can move the country.
Did the United Party do well in terms of the educational sector in this country? Did the United Party do well?
United Party did extremely well in terms of education because
How?
UL, first of all, UL was one of the schools that people were not even wanted to attend UL. When Eddie took over, Eddie brought Emmett Dennis. They so rest in peace. The late Dr. Emmett Dennis, when he took over UL from 2006, when first regime of Ellen, first of all, you are able to get all the data, the statistics. You start having trimester instead of being 2 semesters, they were running 3 semesters in UL. You see how best all the adding number now in 2. You got to have the adding number from 2, from 1 upward. You see how best you can get the people out of the system because UL was just a place that people say, well, if the old folks,
yeah,
those are going to UL, they are all older people, if I want to attend UL. But during the early regime, UL was one of the best institutions that people wanted to attend in the country. And up to current, after early, we founded UL, the University of Liberia, and you see how the University of Liberia started to move on course. Until when this government took over, when they went there with a full tuition-free policy for which they are posting up every time that UL is free with all final lab modality. That was a failed policy because first of all, in public policy, before you come up with a policy, you have to do what we call baseline assessment. For your baseline assessment, you get to know whether when you take the decision will affect the people or not. For your failure to do so, that means that policy will be a failed policy because there was no baseline assessment, nothing was done concerning it, no final lab modality, just going to UL and declaring tuition free. Well, at the UL at the time, paying school fee. And things were difficult.
People have been saying by that time, 12 years ago, there were a lot of challenges. The digital platform was not introduced. People used to stay in a very long queue to register, to get their courses being registered, or to even pass through all of the necessary process as it relates to being a student at the University of Liberia. Joshua King introduced the digital policy. Don't you think that is also something that we should applaud him for? We should grade him for introducing the digital policy and that of also providing a free tuition at the state university.
Yeah, George Weah came before, prior to George Weah coming to power, the people at the university tried introducing the digital platform before coming into power. We just can't improve on it. That's a problem.
So who should we give?
We
So
have,
so who should we give the credit to? Should we give the credit to the United Party?
yeah, United Party started it. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm
Well,
saying.
it came to
Government is continuity.
we do
That's
agree
a
with that,
continuity
but
issue.
then it also came to reality under the CDC government.
Yeah, we know that, but United Party started the platform,
Mhm.
the digital platform.
So
And
that's what I'm
CDC
asking you. Should we give that credit to the CDC or to the United Party?
we can give it to the United Party.
Why should we give it to the
Because
United
they
Party?
started the work. They started the work, and some of Jackie, in fact, Jackie they see our
But
idea.
the work was not was that completed by them. The person who completed the work, I think that person should be the one taking the glory.
Yeah, well, you can't get the 100% glory because first of all, the digital platform you have now, very, and now in fact, you talk about online courses.
Mm.
You have people in the school. You see, I think that we talk about policy issue. First of all, you should be able to do your baseline assessment. From your baseline assessment, you get to know how many persons having access to computer, how many persons able to pass a learn, how many teachers able to what present their lesson through a VR, like internet.
But this has been a very old age problem where we have been faced with in Liberia that the issue of computerized, the issue of computer that there are a lot of people who don't have idea, who do not have idea, or who do not have access to a computer or maybe to the internet. So you rather think the CDC government should have been like, oh, our people do not have idea to computer, so we cannot introduce this system to the university now.
No.
Let's wait and see after the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and then we can introduce that.
A computer system. Computer are bent there, but what I say here, there should be a training process where you'll be able to train those people to the computer, provide workshop training, to be able to adequately train the people and get the statistics of students that have access to computer, that are able to pass the internet, make Wi-Fi system to be operated on campus base. These are issues. But just saying that, Wi-Fi, say online. How many persons having a smartphone to use? How many students able to pass the internet? How many persons having an internet facility? These are issues. So at the end of the day, for the first time, the online platform introduced at the university, you notice that they will drop off a student. Many students stay away due to the online platform. Later on, they started using the manual system. The same manual system we're using at the time. It's the same manual system they continue using up to, they still using the manual system where the traditional system of attending classes where student and teacher will interact face to face. The face-to-face interaction. It's a same interaction will still carry that. So, other people just like to do things that will embarrass other people. You don't do proper issue like that. Before you do it, as I told you earlier, there should be a final lab modality, do your baseline study, do your assessment. Those basic things. What are the things that will affect the people if you take a decision? What will be the outcome of the decision? What are the decision will be in the best interest of my people? The feedback of the decision, whether it will be a good decision for them, it will affect them negatively or positively. Come up with your analysis. Based on your analysis, you'll be able to what? To take a decision. But in just Jomo, like there are a lot of poor policy in Liberia. People just go somewhere when they see something, even test your society, they just can introduce it. So it creates difficulties for people. These are issues. Most of the time, policy can fail in Liberia because people can just go somewhere when they see something, people doing it, they just bring it and say, yeah, let this be in our system. It even happened. They learn it by radio. It happened.
Yeah.
Someone went somewhere and saw people learning by radio. How many radio stations? How many persons having access to radio station? The frequency you have here. How many radio frequency can cost Liberia? How many persons can actually listen to radio? They just allocated certain money at the end of the day. Say learning by radio. Other people just went and sit and just eat that money. There was no, in our laboratory, you say no here, no take. There was nothing, no accountability. At the end of the day, people just did what they could do. Yeah, learning by radio. And there were no report submitted, my brother. There were no report because, first of all, you after the program shall end, be able to come back to the public, tell them, yeah, indeed, the program will carry on. How many persons were able to benefit from the program? You had a total number of maybe 25,000 students that were able to benefit from what? Learning by radio. Then mean that it making sense. But after the program ended, there was no report submitted. People just sat and ate the money and just go by the penny. They just went scot-free. So these are issues. Before you come up with policy issue, be able to do your baseline assessment. We have found out our modalities. Then from that, your policy can succeed. But your failure to do so, I don't think. And this is one of the things that the government very lacking in terms of priorities and policy issue. You know,
all right. So in terms of priority and policy issue,
the CDC government lacking policy and priority issue.
All right. So the CDC government lacks priority and policy issues. So we move to the statement made by the former Vice President Joseph Nima Boakai, who is the current Senate Bureau of the Unity Party, where he said, if the votes of the people be tampered with, that would be the end of Liberia. Don't you think that statement is a threat to democracy, or don't you think that statement is a threat to the states?
No, but it's not a threatening statement because he just said that would be the end. Because first of all,
but then when Jeff Tamakoji make a statement saying that they will guard the ballot box with their blood, their flesh, it was a threatening statement. So now, why the folks from the Unity Party do not want to agree that it is not a threatening statement?
But that was just an idiom. First of all, we say that if the election be break, there will be no Liberia. Let's look at the current state of Liberia as we speak. We're looking at the proliferation of drugs in our society. If we continue with this, or the full regime, the George Weah regime, it means we're not be making any progress because, in fact, we are being looked upon by the international community. We have no trust because, like we have been noted to be one of the drugs area now in West Africa, even in the world now.
But this one in a
where arrested district. When Liberia started importing Moringa into Moringa leaf, there was huge substance of drugs, huge quantity of drugs that were arrested at the RIA. When Liberia started importing,
that is what I'm saying to you. This thing happened 12 years ago, and that was right in the convoy of the president, former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf.
What, drugs?
Oh yes. Oh, you're not aware of that?
Come on, my man. Ready.
That happened during Sirleaf regime in her convoy.
Who arrested it? Who arrested it, bro?
Oh, state security arrested that.
But the receipt, maybe they were just a plans or something, but I don't think it was very serious. They were not serious. That was state security arrest drugs in a convoy. They meant that the post stop to drugs coming into the convoy. Who car for the drug arrested in?
That's what I'm saying to you. It was in the president convoy, the president official convoy that occurred.
Australia have to dominate.
So right now, strategy.
So ready, like we have people ready, like the government, sometimes so like the march that people were carrying on. So the supporters are saying that they won't push. They want other hands substance in one country. They embrace the issue of food, the proliferation of drugs. You know, drugs are big. Drugs are big. Issue in Liberia. But the issue of drugs abuse in regime. It's only increase. When you look at it, drugs abuse. People are very using substance. I saw around the police force.
You were there 2 years ago. What did you do to change the situation?
Really? What you want to be what be TV that in terms of putting it under control.
People beg still snatch away doing that out.
Not compared to chorus,
how do you determine that? How do you determine that?
In terms of at the time we followed the ERU, the emergency response unit.
But the ERU is still in existence.
The existence, but not compared to.
So how can the Unity Party change this status? How can the Unity Party change this?
There are issues like in terms of policy. We are very making policy and policy implementation. First of all, we do our baseline study, we do our assessment, and be able to come up with the basic thing that that will improve the system. At the end of the day, There will be some reform.
You haven't answered the question. How can the United Party change the status
of the trust?
Yes, because you people take this to be something like
Yeah, but
it's a
you know,
whole.
yeah, no, the issue here is very simple. The issue is very simple, you know. We can't keep working a leakage for honor. What we need to do first of
No,
all.
but you wants to come to power.
Yeah.
You wants to take. You want to take a 6-year mandate. Ambassador Joseph Nima Bwaka wants to take a 6-year mandate. So, you people who are supporters of the Unity Party must be able to tell the Liberian people how you're going to change the situation, how you're going to change the dynamics, what the Liberian people are faced with. You are saying what the people are faced with in this country, it is not good for them. It is damaging the lives of so many young people. So I'm asking you, how the Unity Party going to change that? Or what are those methodology they're going to use to change what is happening in the country? How the status quo of the day can be changed?
Yeah, you know, looking at the issue, it's very easy to change it. It's very easy. You know, to be on top of your king first of all, you just need to pass into law a strong or trust law that will guide the process and make sure that that will be of a degree felony crime.
Yeah, that has been passed into
yeah,
law
but they are not
already.
very effective. You know, I told you about policy
So-
implementation arm.
You have your Unity Party lawmakers up there. They too should
Yeah, but
also be
They
blamed.
are not in majority as compared to the CDC lawmaker. There are many cities who have more lawmakers
Is that an
than the handful of the
excuse?
CDC.
Is that an excuse?
No, but even they pass a law, the government able to support the setup. If
So
they
now,
support by
so now,
what happens?
so now, you have lots of Unity Party lawmakers of Capitol Hill. They must be able to summon the Justice Minister, those who are responsible for protecting our border points, where you have these things coming into the country. Those who are lawmakers on the Unity Party
Yeah, but-
ticket at the Capitol building must be able to call these people to order.
Yeah, but they called it before. But they are MNET. At the end of the day, we still see the things that are happening because the president is the one that had the power to dismiss and appoint.
Mhm.
So those people have been called upon to come and explain to us what drugs in the country. I think it happened before the detachment from this the balance town where someone said I think they gave testimony where they saw drugs.
Yeah, Mata
in the car.
Masali.
Yeah, in the car, in the jeep. You know, instead of them causing that they calling the knee of the person, what happened? They said they fainted, they dropped.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
Mata
at the end of the
Masali.
day, and since then, we are not getting any information from that process. We are not getting any information. It just anything, you know. First of all, look at the issue of the drugs in Liberia. You know, it's just a you know an issue that people like it's a collaboration that can carry on because the people that say at town they know who doing it.
Do you think the Unity Party can solve this situation on the ground?
It will not be, I can't say 100%, but we can put it under control for 95%.
But why are you not specific in terms of
95%
percentage?
because people will say do like illicit drugs. People will say that drugs in Liberia. If we will come to power, drugs will be here. But drugs will be here on the low scale where people will be hardy to even take drugs because if anybody before around taking drugs, even smoking opium in the public or any other area, you'll be like you'll be that way. You'll be there because it's illegal. We have to be able to allow people to be all in the street that get to the liberation of ghettos, the circles all around, smoking drugs and doing other things, checking people bags. There'll be a control method that will be put into place to see how best that those things can be minimal. Yeah, put on a perfect control that we saw before. Sometimes ago, you also be on grocery during the first regime of Ellen. You can walk on grocery with your phone here. You will not see your phone.
No, people staying to check people.
Yeah, people are checking
People are
phone.
still
Yeah,
smashing
people are checking
phones.
phone. But what I'm telling you,
Mhm.
checking phone will not only increase as compared to current state of Liberia. The issue of crime rate in Liberia is very high. Crime rate is very high to the extent. Even here now, the Chocolate City Junction, New Georgia Junction, Banana Junction, even the red light, you find a lot of criminals. The proliferation of criminal circles and circuits, all in the street corner of Monrovia. Not only in Monrovia, but other parts of Liberia. You go to Kakata, you go to Banga, if you say in Banga, I saw a lot of circles. I went Gata, I saw a lot of Sokos. I went Bikana, I saw a lot of Sokos. They are on the increase because the issue of drugs trafficking in Liberia every time increasing the number of Sokos because the more time people taking in drugs, and the more time they becoming addicted and they feeling weak to work to get money. And the issue of unemployment. And someone telling me now, the, the easier way to live now is to become Soko. That was somebody told me recent. Oh, Stephen, the easier way to live now is to become Soko. Because when you become Soko, nobody will ask you for money. And instead of they asking you now be asking the man for money. So someone told me, oh, Stephen, the best way to live is to become Soko because for now, say the state of the nation, in terms of the economic condition, not favorable for all, the easier way to live that somebody I need to tell you to Soko, I said no more. I don't think it would be the best thing for you to do because telling you to Soko would not be fruitful for you to be a Soko. So I pass the president because the state of the nation now looking at it, the economic condition is somehow
Okay,
very bad.
so before we go to the lounge to take calls, and I ask you concerning the statement made by former Vice President Joseph
Yeah.
Walker. You know, this is something that we are going to election, and then you have Senator Prince Johnson, who is also a supporter of former Vice President Joseph Walker presidential bid, where we have seen his political party is in an alignment with the Unity Party. And there has been a lot of statement coming from him where he spoke of the Arab Spring. And then Joe Walker, who former Vice President Ambassador Joseph Newman Walker, who is the standard bearer of the Unity Party. And then we heard a statement, we got a statement for him where in the public he said if the election does not go the way, or if it doesn't go in the interest of the Liberian people, or maybe in the interest of his political party. I wish I can get my hand on that clip to play it so you can get a gist of it. And he said, if it does not work that way, there will be no Liberia. Do you think it's a threat to democracy? Do you think it is also a threat to the peace and development of this country, where we just have few days to go to the pool to elect new breeds of leaders?
Yeah, thank you very much. Very looking at it first of all, it's not a threat to the peace and democracy in Liberia because you know he's speaking as a vice president. You look at this current situation in Liberia, if we gave another 6 year mandate to this failed government.
Do you really think that is the actual interpretation?
Yeah, that's an idiom. That's an idiom. He's speaking very. It did mean that there will be no future for Liberia. That clearly indicate that indeed, if we gave another 6 year mandate to the government, the condition on ground will be from west. The government can say from west to western. It will be the worst situation ever in the history of Liberia. I think Liberia will start to east end. Yeah, because look at the current, the first 6 year of George Weah, President Weah. Look at it, the 6 year rule. Look at the condition, the economic condition, the hardship that people are going through. The issue of drugs increase in Liberia. The proliferation of gangster gangster activity, ritualistic killing. These are issues. So looking at those issues, this is why he's saying that there will be no Liberia if we give another 6 year mandate to this government.
You can put your phone for
yeah, definitely.
Yes, okay.
There will be no future. These are things looking at as a wise person to make that type of statement. So it doesn't mean that there will be war in Liberia. No, we all embracing peace because I personally suffer from the war. I know what war did to us. Nobody can pray for. We can't pray for violence in this country. We say no to violence. If you are met with food,
should the Liberian people hail him for such statement?
No, but who the Liberian people are hearing for the statement?
I said, should the Liberian people hail him for such statement?
The statement ready? No, nobody hailed him for the statement.
That's what I'm asking you now. That should the Liberian people hail former Vice President Joseph Newman Walker for such statement?
Wow, there'll be no Liberia.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking you because you have just provided an interpretation on behalf of former Vice President Joseph Newman Walker that he meant to have said, if we give President Weah a second term, meaning that there will be a lot of things happening within our country where we expect our country to go. Our country might not go there. So that is why I'm asking you: should
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Liberian people
yeah. You can
hearing
tell you
for
for it.
that?
Yeah, you can tell. Yeah, because you look at the future of this country. Where an older man can sit and low or sit and low, if a baby, small child stand on the ladder, they will not see where he will be looking.
So if that statement was going to be coming from President Bia, what was going to be your response? What was going to be your response?
Yeah, looking at it, very President we are very in the
Mhm.
driving seat.
Okay.
Looking at the issue here, it's very clear. Hmm? Like in the driving seat, but nobody tell the inner piece. The issue of Bwaka, people saying that Bwaka tell the P, Bwaka never tell the statement, they will not tell the statement. They will not tell the statement that the Ambassador Joshua Limon Bwaka, the Senate Brown of the Unity Party made. He said there will be no Liberia me, the future of Liberia will be damaged totally. That's the interpretation of that statement. When he said no Liberia, that means the future of Liberia will be damaged if we give another 6 year mandate to a fuel regime. So this is why he's telling and capturing a people, a supporter, well wisher and sympathizer, people who want to see this country moving forward, eh? To vote the United Party, the, the integrity icon. Or Joseph Gilmore Parker is an integrity icon.
All
For
right.
a few
So
years, he probably will end up corrupt record.
so that is it. He did not meant to maybe say something else different that would threaten the peace and stability of this country in your own words. So we will take calls on 0770 077 013 0778 39 57 12 0880 77 95 44. So these are the numbers to place in your calls, and then you're going to be live on the conversation, the focal talk. The focal point. I am your host today, which is that, of course, you're supposed to see Kelly Chuka in the seat as the host, but then I am playing the role as the host here for him today because he is on another obligation. So the number to call on 0778 13 0778 39 57 12 0880 77 95 44. For the WhatsApp number is 0770 13 13 18. So you can place in your calls and then ask Mr. Binze. I hope I get the name right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Stephen K. and
Vincent.
Binze.
Yeah, Vincent.
Yeah, Stephen K. and Binze. A lot of questions. There are a lot of things he has said, and you can place in your call and then ask him one of those questions that you want to ask him. So while we await calls, and then we will take if we have any question in the comment section, we will take that, and if we need to recognize those who following the conversation, we will first start with Ram Snotton. He says Samuel S. Ding Jr. shall win in Jesus' name. Flomo Moba Morris JMB is an intravenous unstoppable Andy Bobla Jala, making sense. So that's it there for our comment section. But we are a bit pressed over time. We have just 2 minutes to go. So we will take a part in comment from you. Maybe if we get a call at any moment of the conversation, we will okay the call and then yeah, whatever thing the person want to say. But in this at this time, you can provide us your parting comment.
Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, I would like to encourage all well-meaning Liberia people who want to see this country move forward, move in the right direction. The more folk, to say you not work at the integrity icon, the men who are self Liberia over 42 years, we all end up corrupt record to be able to vote into the office and Liberia next president from 2024 up to 2029. I think that would be the way forward for Liberia in order to be free from what we are going through currently. Bishop Gideon Parker is a way forward. Both Bishop Gideon Parker or better Liberia or stable Liberia. For Papa to start coming home. Because I think they can't about Papa Harley Town now. Even at time. Papa and Mama, the distance between them on the bed can be like, bonjour tomorrow. Because if Mama can't eat, Papa, there will be nothing good between them. No good conversation between Mama and Papa. So I think in order for good conversation between Mama and Papa, I think the Labrador cook can do that. Said Johnson to make that informed decision on the 10th of October. Yeah, of course, after the 10th of October, we'll be celebrating my birthday on the 21st of October. That will be a great start for me. Really, I'll be celebrating my birthday with victory. Yeah, really. Your last stop, best stop for you said you won't walk that really. I went for already resolved to retire, but money yeah, come October 10th. I'm here at my already see the jubilant crowd. Anyway, I told you my Baka go see the group, even Kung, he went to Nima County. Beside Nima, he went to a Grand Pastor Mike. He recently when you were returning from Nima, he saw people celebrating, feeling him that they no longer cook. Yeah, people are tired. Access are resolved. Go you my Baka, President, and Jeremiah Kwanku, Vice President of the Popular Liberia.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
okay. So that was the voice of Stephen K. M. Quincy. Yeah, the Liberian people should go to the poll on October 10th of this year to elect former Vice President Josiah Newman Bueka and Senator Jeremiah Pankun as the President and Vice President of this country. So wherever you've been following us, we've been here since 5 o'clock today. Wherever you've been following us, we've been here since 5 o'clock. It is now 6:03, 6 minutes past the hour 3 o'clock. We've been having Stephen K. and Quincy in our studio here. We've been talking on a wide range of national issues, promoting the rescue mission. We've been talking about the rescue mission, why people should elect former Vice President Josiah Newman Bueka as the next president of this country. So it is up to the Liberian electorate to make an informed decision. The decision they're going to make on October 10th of this year. The decision they're going to make on October 10th of this year, that is the decision they're going to determine what is the status of them. That is the decision they're going to determine their next 6 year status. So on this note, this is now like to wind down the curtain of today's edition of the program, The Foca Talk. My name is Mohammed Kanneh. The next time you see this face, I'm going to be inside district number 13 on Thursday of this week.